So then we are back with more understandings from the time of the second tabernacle services, where we find then the Aramaic English translation of the word. This translation is coming from the original manuscripts of the prophets of the Israelic lineage. So then we can understand the time of the end as per Yeshayahu the prophet, whom Israel has destroyed, sawn in half. As the Messiah said, Israel, Israel, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you then destroy the prophets that the Creator sends you. This very prophet that was sawn in half, we are studying because we want to understand what it means then tabernacling. The Messiah then, when he was in Jerusalem, he was completing the spring feast and he went to Mount Gerizim. Up there then he transfigured himself. Obviously then, indicating he himself as the living tabernacle, tabernacling, coming out of Jerusalem. The point where the Messiah came out of Jerusalem, he was then indicating was the time of salvation of the Gentiles. Israel was no longer relevant after this point. Then the Messiah returned to Israel, returned to the land where then Jerusalem was the capital. Then he was placed on a pole. He was destroyed. So then the Messiah came back from the dead. Then he indicated, go therefore around the world and form holy cities. Israel was no longer important. If Israel was not tabernacling as the Messiah told them to do, Israel was no longer important. So then, the question is Israel important these days? Absolutely not. Because they are not tabernacling. Where is the first tabernacling where we find? Northern Sudan. Read the scripture. What has then the prophet Yeshayahu, the very person that was hated by Israel, what did he say? Land of Cush. That's where the first tabernacling is going to be at. Read the scripture. Is Israel important? Absolutely not. The spit of land. So then, what is the market then at the moment? We understand the leader of the G20 has already started his work. The Soviets are making leadership as far as trade is concerned. If we in America, we don't take seriously what then takes place as far as industry is concerned, if we don't understand what it was then during the 50s and then revitalizing our industry, then to get the market of South America and also Africa, if the Soviets they take over, then we have no market. Aviation already is going to be very tough to get from Africa because the Antonovs are everywhere. People, they are used to the sound of the engines. They understand what those are. And they know also they are very reliable. And we as a country, we can barely make decisions. There we are, our own president going over there in Israel, speaking with a scoundrel of prime minister, is going to ask for more money. Scoundrel of the worst level you can ever imagine. He doesn't have an understanding that our economy is in trouble. We have no jobs, barely any jobs. Then our industry is not picking up. And he has the nerve of inviting the president over there to give more money. Disgusting. He is disgusting. And the G20 already in the hands of the Soviets. They are leading it. Thus the kingdom of the north, if you like prophecy. And as per scripture, we can expect the Soviet Union to lead the G20 until the end. They became then the leaders last year, then in December. And boy, they're going to do a nice job. You can be sure of it. They're going to precisely target the continent of Africa with their very robust products, robust trucks, robust mining equipment, easily serviceable. They're going to be joining then also Brazil, Amazon, trucks everywhere. They have their petroleum resources also in the frozen areas of the north. You can expect the Soviets to lead the G20 for many years. This is what's going to make their name as the Kingdom of the North. And we in America, if we don't take a stand, we are going to be sucking our thumbs. But then we joined up with the scoundrels, and then we give money while our industry then is not picking up. It's amazing. The Messiah said precisely, go therefore around the world and do tabernacling. Where is the first tabernacling? In the land of Cush. Is it ready yet? No. So what is our president is doing in Israel for? Walking around the same junk garbage of novel of the Holocaust. People are already repleted with this junk. Every time we speak of Jews and Holocaust, oh come on, can you please change the side of the long play? Because of the status of the Soviet Union as the Kingdom of the North, we can only expect the market of mining, market of trucking, being absolutely privileged of having then Soviet equipment, because it is very robust. It's simple. And then we find Solomon Islands already making plans for mining. What do you understand of mining? Rough roads. Because if you are a politician, where you have your PhD crap of certification, and you don't even know how to put up a fence in your backyard, then you don't understand mining. If you are a lady that do not understand mining, you get up in the morning, get your pantyhose, and you go to work, sit down in front of your computer, placing lipstick in your mouth, and you don't know how an engine works, you are not fit for the job. What do you understand of mining? Doesn't understand mining. Either you understand mining or you don't understand mining. You can expect roads going into mountains and ores coming out of the mountain. You have to have railroad tracks. You have to have railroad carts. You have to have heavy-duty trucks, heavy-duty mining equipment. You have to have generators. Then you find the Soviets in charge of the G20. Then the Kingdom of the North. What can you expect? There is equipment everywhere in the world. But then people were mesmerized because of Jewish crap. Not saying the holy section of tabernacling. It's not the same. There is Jewish garbage in tabernacling. Tabernacling is holy. Jewish garbage explains itself. So far we are mixing ourselves with the Jewish garbage. And we give our money away. further bankrupting ourselves. And no wonder why then in the future we're going to be so frustrated with the situation of the world, are going to release a bomb and destroy the world. Until this time does not come, let's understand tabernacling. What has the Messiah said? Go therefore around the world and form holy tabernaclings. Land of Cush, the prophet told very precisely, woe to the land of Sikada. The land of Sikada is beyond then the rivers of Ethiopia. Can you find then tabernacling beyond the rivers of Ethiopia? No, because the land of then beyond the rivers of Ethiopia is the land being woed. Has to be prior of the rivers of Ethiopia. Land of Cush, where you find then the long-limbed people, sons of the Ishmaelites. It's the first relationship with the first son and the second son. Is Israel relevant? Absolutely not. They are the spit of land, lazy people. This is what they are. As far as this tabernacle is concerned, they are lazy. And then we get mesmerized by a scoundrel of prime minister, and unfortunately has the initials of the creator in his name. What a junk. He doesn't deserve it. Should he change his name? Scoundrel. He's going to get more money from us anyway. That's why the president is there, so he can, go to the department there and change his name. Because he's a liar. He's a scoundrel. We are no longer living in times of deceit. We are doing the time of the dragon. Time of precision. A time of understanding the prophecies precisely, because Nahashatan is not stupid. He understands precisely yet the instructions, he understands the prophecy. He understands precision. What is preventing him to doing his job is the Creator himself. And the Messiah said, go therefore around the world and form holy cities. So we find in the relationship of the first son Ishmael, then making relationship with the second son. So Ibrahim have two sons. We find then the sons of Ishmael having relationship with the second son of the Israelic lineage. Where do we find then this area? The land of Cush. That's where tabernacle is going to start, and then the Ishmaelites are going to observe the works of the Creator via the Israelic lineage. 7 spirits of Elohim, 7 functions, directing the Ishmaelites. Not taking them by the hand, explaining the future. Then in Arabia, then decisions are made amongst the nations. Then the Arabs decide, this country is evil, they are not going to get crude. Let them scramble around and try to find another country to get their crude, because there are so many nations that are going to come out of poverty at the same time when the system comes. So the reserves over there in Brazil, Venezuela, and those places over there in South America, those are nearly spoken for. The ships barely get the crude out of the ground, they're going to be already spoken for. And then the sons of Ishmael, with most of the petroleum, they're going to say, this country is evil, don't give them crude. Then they get stuck. Since the Israelites of the time of the Tabernacling, they understand the future, no, the Creator is simply going to say, do this, this, and this. And they're going to do precisely what the Creator wants. And they are going to be then involved with decisions amongst the nations. If you are an evil nation, extremely evil, you do not have the basics, you're not going to get crude. But then the Chinese system, with this utmost peak of production, nations are going to start ordering, but then they can function because of the lack of crude. So can we understand the plan of the Creator? Why are we mixing ourselves with this scoundrel of Prime Minister of Israel? Does he understand the plan of the Creator? No, he's a scoundrel. He's interested only in enforcing his defenses. Oh, we are so grateful. The President of the United States is so interested in our partnership. Oh, we are so friends for so many years. He's so concerned with our protection of our right to exist. It's the same garbage. What the President does, he gets mesmerized with those nice words and he writes them a check. It's always the same garbage, the same story. And the Messiah is already ahead of the game by centuries. The Messiah is not even near Israel. Israel is repudiating. It is disgusting. A lot of them are work ethical, understandable. Some of them are very work ethical, but we are not talking about work ethics. We're talking about tabernacling. What is the word ethics has to do with tabernacling? Nothing. But then going to that spit of a land over there is the same garbage. All going on, because going to the Museum of the Holocaust. Who cares? People are very replete with this garbage of every time is Holocaust. And then going over there watching people, naked and skeleton. And, it was done more than 50 years ago. Come on, get over it. And then showing the problems with Palestinians and Israelites. Who cares? We've got our own problems to take care of. Plus, we are no longer during a time of deceit. Prime Minister of Israel is a liar. He's a scoundrel. He's a scheming person. Disgusting. Beyond measure. He understands we are in a very dire straight situation. And he does not waste his time of asking for more money. And we as a nation, we are screwed beyond measure, and he is asking for more money.